Hello everyone and welcome to Brazil Bound, presented by Castrol GTX High Mileage. With Jesse Marsch, I'm Simon Borg, and we're going to preview the first World Cup semifinal. Tuesday, July 8th at 4 Eastern on ESPN and Univision. It's Brazil, the hosts, versus Germany. And it's funny to say this, but Brazil, the hosts, they're the underdog in this game because of the guys they are missing. And we're going to look at Germany first. They are the known commodity. We know how they're coming into this game.
Yeah, Germany's been pretty consistent with how they've played. They've made a few changes. I expect to see a similar roster to how they played against France. Other than I think that Müller will move back up top as the ghost number 9, and that Götze will come in on the left.
Why do you like Müller there instead of Klose?
I think Müller comes in this game because both center backs for Brazil really like to be tight. And I think that Müller, when he floats around, makes them have to guess and now figure out what they're going to do. And they just can't be physical and tight all game. They're going to have to read plays a little bit more.
But aside from that, few questions on the German side. It's Brazil that everyone's asking. How are they going to make up for Thiago Silva, Neymar? Let's start with Neymar first. He's the big loss here.
Yeah, well, you know, Neymar has provided them with so much mobility and attacking genius. Yep. And now that he's out, it presents a huge problem for them. And I think that most likely he'll be replaced by Willian, the Chelsea attacker. And I think that actually what that will do is bring Oscar into the sort of free role underneath Fred, and it'll put Willian a little bit more on the right.
Now, for all the attacking talent they have, Jesse, we've seen Brazil. They've really played defensively in recent games. How do they have to defend Germany to have a shot?
Well, first of all, without Thiago Silva, okay, who's put out so many fires for them all tournament long, it's a big loss. And I think what they go with is Dante. He plays in the Bundesliga. He plays for Bayern Munich. He knows these players, and he's a very strong center back. So I think that he comes into the game. But tactically, they've played most of this tournament with 70 yards of space, both defending and attacking, in a lot of open games. But this isn't a game that I think they can afford to allow to be open because it gives Germany too much room to operate. So I think for a starting point that you're going to see the Brazilians take a little bit more of a defensive posture and try to keep things tight so that it's not so easy to break them down.
So if you're that tight, though, Jesse, how's Brazil going to score? They're going to need to score in this game. They might not have to if you go to penalties, but what's their best chance at scoring without Neymar?
Well, I think the third key now for them is when they're in this defensive posture is for them to win balls and play forward quickly. Fred has done better as the tournament's gone on so that he's held up balls when they've played to him and now helped other guys join in. But I think the main one is how quickly can they get Oscar the ball so that he can be the one who's really making the penetrating pass for other players on the move like Hulk and Willian.
And he's a good passer.
Yes, and the other question with that is you've got Marcelo on one side who can provide you with some attacking transition, but Maicon hasn't shown the same ability to cover ground. So it'll be interesting to see if they go with Maicon again because he's a little bit of a stronger, more defensive-minded player who can help on set pieces, or whether they go with Dani Alves and put somebody out there that they feel like can help them in the attack.
And so can Brazil knock off Germany? Can the hosts be in the World Cup final? We'll find out Tuesday, July 8th, 4 Eastern on ESPN and Univision. Thanks for watching Brazil Bound, presented by Castrol GTX High Mileage. We'll see you next time.